Titancraft. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 26 of season 10 of Titancraft, which is Tango Tech's Patreon pay-to-play server. If you'd like to join this amazing community, I'll have a link in the description below. Also, come follow me on Twitch. I'll have a link in the description below for that as well. If you'd like to see all the video spoilers and shenanigans that we get onto. A lot of times when I'm streaming, I'll be working on the current video as well, like the content for it. I used to separate the two, but it just got to be too much work, and I didn't have enough time to do it because of work, because of my real life work. But anyways, today we're going to be concentrating on the outside of the base, believe it or not. Eventually we're going to get to the inside here, like the stuff that's on the, I got to get rid of that stone, just turn it to grass for the first. That's going to be the first step on the inside of the base. I also got to get the glass work in here. It's kind of lacking. But anyways, like I said, we're going to get to the outside of this thing today. I would like to do a time lapse of me doing it all the way around the base. And we'd start right here, replacing the stone with grass. Probably just dirt, and let's let it grow. Although we have a ton of grass as well. But just all the way around here. Change these to mining beacons if we don't have any around, because we're going to need them. At some points, anyways. But yeah, this over here is going to be really rough because there's just no land, and we're going to have to change a lot of this to land. I wanted to keep the water back here, but it's just there's not enough. I'll just have the land kind of merge down here with this, and I think I'm just going to have like a balcony out back of this, which I'll make at a later date. We're not going to do that today, which I just decided, by the way. We're going to get rid of all these claim pillars. We don't need them here anymore. We're going to try to keep as many of the natural trees as we want to, even though we might come back over later. Like some of these natural trees are going to have to go because they're going to be in the way. Because I'm just going to blend this down kind of slowly. Maybe over here we might make a little bit of a cliff. Keep some of this water. We'll have to see. It'll end up right over here. And this mountain, I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. Anita's been pushing this mountain back away from this wall because this mountain used to come all the way over here. But not anymore. But anyways, a lot of work to do, so hopefully I can just start the time lapse of right here and just work our way around. What is this? Counterclockwise? Yeah. We'll see. And also, I think we're gonna copy this design from Kant and just kind of put it around the base. So this one's gonna have to go, unfortunately. I like to keep pranks and stuff, but sometimes they're just in the way, and I have to get rid of them. But yeah, kind of like the Grimm's nipples that he put in our storage room. And I'm really thinking about redoing these as well. I'm thinking about reducing the number from 20 to 16, because you're not even going to see these two over here, because most of the fireworks are going to be over here, and spread them out evenly. And get these things spread out evenly. I just eyeballed these in, which was probably a mistake to begin with, but it's just going to create more work for me, but it's not a problem. It's just one layer of glass here. So, yeah, I'm probably going to redo that at some point. When we get closer to the fireworks stage of the base, which is getting close, I need one of my base mates to make some farms. I need the bone meal and the dye farms going, because we got gunpowder. We got pretty much everything we need. I need to AFK at some. I think we need blaze powder, so I have to AFK at a farm, a blaze farm at some point. But here's the nipples I was talking about in here. They're not in the way, but they're in the way, if that makes sense. But anyways, yeah. Hopefully we'll get the time lapse going here, but we'll see what happens. You know what I'm realizing? That I'm really bad about remembering to restart or even record when I'm trying to do a time lapse. There's a lot of like big jumps because the outside of this is done. We still have to do this part in here, which I've been avoiding because it's going to be rough. But anyways, But anyways, yeah, because this whole part over here, I got around over here and like to about this part right over here, and I've done all this, and I realized I had forgotten to start recording, and I'm like, oops. Now this over here I've left on purpose because I think that we're gonna tackle this next episode, because I actually ended up doing a build over here, kind of like a brace to hold this area up, like to hold this pipe up. So I thought that'd be cool to do something like that. But yeah. But I went ahead and merged the water, or not the water, but the stone into the water, the landscaping. But one thing too is like my design. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to empty most of this water out so I can see the design, unless there's a way to just ignore it. If not, water just wrecks everything. But yeah, some of this is gonna have to change out here, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, I ended up doing something kind of silly over there, or not silly, but I think kind of cool actually. But anyways, this thing is getting pretty close here to being done. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to finish up these areas in the middle here that I kind of skipped over on purpose. Oh, also in the time lapse, I forgot to add the stone in over here, so I did that real quick. It was only it only took me like 10 minutes or something like that. So it wasn't too bad, but I'm going to finish this up right here. Then we're going to head over to somebody's base to do a statue. I'm not going to say whose, because I don't know if they're ready or not. So, truth time again. I had been recorded here for like 2 minutes and realized I didn't even have my recording software up. I hit the buttons and everything. I tell you what, guys, getting old sucks. But anyways, we got all this terraforming done now. There's one hole in here, and I happen to fall through it. What a day. But anyways, let's take another fly through down here. Why not? Little filler for this episode, since this is on the shorter end this time. But it's okay. Alright, let's get out of here. Now that all my exits are like hold up except for this one right here in the middle. But anyways, it's all filled in now. We'll fly this time. Hopefully we won't fall any more holes here. It's all filled in. It's all landscaped, and try to make it look as natural as I can, anyways. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to add anything to here. Just leave it like this. Maybe I'll add like 3 blocks here. This will be our little balcony off the back. I don't know if we're going to do anything back there or not. I still need to get a lot of these claim pillars taken out. Maybe I'm going to leave this one because of Layara's. What is this called? The amethyst, the auto amethyst farm. But anyways, yeah, it's all terraformed. It's all done except for, well, I mean, it's still got the grass has still got to grow over here, obviously. But it's all like done. So I'm happy that's like, I knew when I got to this part we were getting close to the end of like finishing our base here. So I'm happy about that. Of course, we still have to do the build that's going to be over here in the next episode. That's going to go into the water, which I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of this water because of the U-arch, like I was saying earlier. But anyways, what we're going to do now is we're going to head over to somebody's base here, and we're going to make a statue. I don't know if we're going to do 1 or 2 in this episode. Probably just 1, but we'll see. We'll see where we end up. Okay, we're over at El Kitty and Friends base here. There's a few people over here. I don't know the names off the top of my head. I just know El Kitty's the one who requested the statue. Well, we're over here, and she suddenly left this for me over here to put the to where she wanted the statue at. So we'll get it placed, we'll get it built, maybe even in a time lapse here. So let's get busy. this little guy is done over here. Look at him just chilling over here in the garden. The little garden gnome over here is what the Hello Kitty wanted, which I think is funny. But I think this statue turned out really well. I think he almost looks like one of the dwarves for Sleeping Beauty. But whatever. We need to put the last block in here, and it's only one this time because I just did something that I said I'd never do. I'm blocking off one of the nipples, but it happened. And also, I need to address something. I think I've already addressed it, maybe not. Something got confused with episode 24, and I just lost it. Like the whole episode. I'm not sure what happened exactly, but yeah. So the whole episode is just gone. It's gonna be the lost episode. I just now figured I'm recording episode 26 right now, and I just now noticed it because I haven't released episode 25 yet, or I haven't released episode 24 yet, obviously, and it's not going to be released, unfortunately. And that was when I did the Freshers base for their statue. So yeah, I don't know what happened. I have no idea. Sorry about that over there. I'm gonna redo going over there, but yeah, this is not gonna make sense probably by the time this comes out. But anyways, at least Hello Kitty's is done here, and I'm gonna get it hopefully. Don't who knows what's gonna happen. But anyways, like I said, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So you guys have a good day or night. Hope you guys can forgive my stupidity, and bye. I don't know what I'm doing, guys.